QP14. There are 4 pairs of red gloves and 3 pairs of white gloves in a drawer. So Peter take 2 gloves. So there are totally number of 4 plus 3 times 2 because it's a pair. So 14 gloves at random from the drawer 1 by 1 without replacement. So what are the probability that the gloves taken are both red? Okay, now the key point right here is without replacement. So the first time for drawing a red is, so here we have sorry, it's not 4. So there are 4 times 2 choices for in the pool, and then totally there are number of 14 gloves right there, so 14. Okay, so imagine, so after in the pool we have 14, we pick up 1, so the remaining gloves will become only 13. So the number of choices will become 13, and the number of red gloves in the remaining pool will become 7 because x minus 1 will become 7. So the answer will become 4 over 13. Now here, the relationship between this QP with the dependent variable is here. So you are trying to have two red, not a, two red, R1, R2. Now it's basically you are trying to pick up the first red. Now, but for the second, you can think of actually picking up the second red. The probability is depending on. Oops, I have a dash right there. You should not have dash. It's actually depending on whether we get the red in the first draw. Okay, you can imagine that the picking up the red in the first draw for drawing the second red is different from the if it is not getting the first red. Okay, so here this 7 over 13 is actually in the situations that given that the first draw is red, the second red is going to be 7 over 13. But if it is not equal, sorry. But if it's not a the first is not a red, then the probability will become like this. Because in the pool we still have 8 red, but in the pool we only have a 13 gloves right there, so it's not equal to 10 over 7 over 13. Will become 8 over 13. Now anyway, let's take a look at the part B. Now here, the final probability is that of the same color. So same color meaning that you can have both red or you can have both right. So we can use the part A results and then calculate WW probability. So become 3 times 2 over 14 multiply 6 minus 1 will become 5, and then 13. And then the answer will become 43 over 91. Okay, so that's the answer for part B.